There you go.
It's very dark in here.
Hi, so my name is Amy Strong, as she said. I put together this slideshow. It's not really necessarily gonna be super informative. I have something I'm gonna read at the beginning. I welcome anybody to ask questions during it. Don't feel like you have to wait. It's just generally what we do and then how it's progressed through the years.
Amy,
Yeah.
did you lose?
Did I move?
Or
It
did
says
the-
it's still doing it. Uh-oh.
Did the TV turn off? I wonder.
Turn it off with the light, does the light turn the TV? No.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There you go.
Yeah, it probably just was asleep too long.
While we're waiting for this to work, a little background information on me. I'm not a very great public speaker, so I've offered to do this because I'm practicing for something work-related. And in going through the scrapbook, I discovered that I've been involved in this project for 30 years, which made me feel a little bit ancient. All right, as I said, if you have any questions, please just raise your hand, no worries. All right, in 1962, these were the founding members.
It's a little bit like
What
really
is it
small.
doing? Oh, goodness. This TV really doesn't like me. There we go.
There
Oh,
you
no, we want the actual slideshow. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? It was doing it before.
Jesus, Walt Jones.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Okie dokie. So we have our founding members, and right now I'll give you some background information. For over 62 years, the Scriba Christmas Project has helped individuals and families have at least one brighter day as we welcome the holiday season. Feels weird to be sitting. We believe that one day of 365 is better than none, Dick Schilling has said. We hope to balance the commercialization of the holiday season by giving some basic material comfort to those unable to provide for themselves, said founder Leona Corey and multi-year volunteers Dick Schilling and Clara Halstead in a past Palladium Times article. The late founders of the Scriba Christmas Project, Emma Powers and Leona Corey, being the main two, obviously there are 4 sets of founders as you can see, began this mission in 1962 as a neighborly gesture by cleaning and repairing toys supported by their local neighborhood once they realized the wage earner was out of work and unable to give presents to their children. The giving effort began in their homes and barns, expanding to enlist the help of Scriba Volunteer Fire Department, Ladies Auxiliary, and use of the fire barn, culminating with a final move to the Scriba Municipal Building Community Room in the 1980s to now, the room we're in right now. These women committed to one another. Whichever one of us goes first, the remaining one is going to keep it going. That's what they said. Over the years, with the help of many volunteers, many local businesses and organizations have contributed to the snowballing of this project, which you'll see when we go through the slideshow. It gets really heinously big at one point, before COVID, back in the good old days. Local groups such as Boy Scout troops, church groups, 4-H clubs, and individuals have helped. Reportedly, thousands of people have appreciated this generous effort, which has been greeted with sincere appreciation. By keeping the founders' legacy of selfless giving to the less fortunate, inspired volunteers continue to assist and support giving to the less fortunate in our community. Boxes of food, books, and simple toys continue to be distributed even after the passing of the early founders of this effort. Senior citizens of Scriba have been recognized throughout the years with flowers, mugs, and other small gestures recognizing their citizenship and contributions as town residents. The essence of Christmas is giving without regard to getting anything in return. Remember to spread your generosity beyond family and friends to those who live in conditions of poverty or illness and need a helping hand. That was, again, Dick Schilling. He was involved for years. We just lost him a few years ago. I miss him dearly.
He didn't die.
He didn't pass away. See, I told you I'm bad at this. It's okay. He's all
I
right.
think he died, he's still.
And then it's got information on how to contribute. So, I'm gonna pick up this mouse so I can use it over here because I don't know how to click. Maybe it'll still work. There we go. So here we have some shots of the Powers Garage in 1966, which would obviously be 4 years after the project was started. You can see there they have boxes of food, which I think are actually in wooden crates, which is pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
And all sorts of bags and supplies and really old logos on the bread there. So we don't have a lot of photos of the early history. Unfortunately, the scrapbook sort of started in 1991 when my cousin, second cousin, Carolyn Shenefield took it over. And she is pictured here working with Darwin Corey, still a Corey. It's a long time family affair. There are still people involved to this day that are descendants of the original four. And again, I'll get to that later. So these are pictures from 1991 with the food boxes ready for distribution. There we go. Community effort. The Scriba Nitlets for years and years and years and years made us a heinous amount of mittens, hats, scarves, all sorts of things to give to children and to senior citizens in Scriba. And the shilling sleigh I had to include. Some of us don't like to be photographed, I discovered while going through this scrapbook. My aunt and myself included, along with Dick Schilling. So it's pretty hard to find photos of him. So I wanted to include his car from when he used to do deliveries to literally that many families. And those boxes are not light, ladies and gentlemen. He was a true blue box delivering hero. Senior deliveries and Santa. So this is Bonnie Baxter of the Baxters. And she's picking up her flower deliveries for the nursing homes. I actually saw somewhere in that scrapbook that they started with candy. And I think I remember they switched to flowers like not that long after I started helping in my little overalls.
Charlie Young and Lila Allen kind of started with the flowers. I don't know much about the candy.
I remember the discussion being that if they were in a nursing home, maybe they couldn't have the candy because there were more regulations coming into place. So it started with little mugs of candy. And then she said Charlie Young and Lila Allen switched it so that they were receiving flowers. And there's one of the only pictures of Dick, and I'm so happy I got him in a Santa suit. Over the years, we've had numerous quilt donations. You'll see some later in the show. But I thought it was pretty neat to picture the Scriba Youth Council because I don't even know if it still exists. And I thought that was pretty neat. They made a quilt and donated it, and the Scriba quilters have done so multiple times over the years. Beautiful. Many hands make light work. You'll see a lot of photos of big motley crews of people helping pack these boxes. The committee only really consists of a few people these days, but there were years that it was a very big group of people. So this just names all of the volunteers pictured. Donna Corey, Carolyn Shenefield, Bonnie Baxter. How do you pronounce Bob's last name? Makey? Makey? Sharon Goodrow, Dick Schilling, Julie Santoro, Judy Parkers, Dan LaFave, Alan Shenefield. Carolyn's children were always involved when they could be. One of her daughters came home from Hawaii in like 1998 to help us pack boxes. These are the food boxes in 1995, and the caption in the scrapbook is "Not room for another breadcrumb." And it's got the stats there of how many families and people helped. Can everybody see that? Okay, that was a statistic we try to keep track of every year. Santa's helpers. For years and years and years, we would get toy donations from multiple churches. The primary ones being Lycoming Church, the Baptist Church, and before it was closed, the Sacred Heart. Obviously, we're very appreciative of those. They would get bagged up, categorized by age, bagged up for families. And previous to, I don't know what year, we always wrapped everything, which was a task not a lot of people want to volunteer for, but we had lots of helpers every year. It was always a big day, wrapping things and snacking. You can see a woman in the back there eating something. That's what I would have been doing too. What it takes. This is just a list of what was purchased one year that I thought was kind of neat. Obviously, you can't see all the itemized details there, but a lot of food gets purchased. Even though we have a ton of help from the community, it's primarily monetary donations, and then we order from various local businesses over the years. We've ordered the food through, oh my goodness, we've gone to Bosco's for years, then we switched and we tried Scriba Meats, and one year we got in a pinch and had to do like a chain grocery store in Oswego, I think Walmart or Aldi, I'm not sure. And most recently we've had raging success ordering from Tops in Mexico. So we try to keep it local. I did try to investigate the Davis brothers, but they didn't really have what we needed to give to families around the holiday season. And then there's just more photos of the boxes. 1997, we ran out of room. I actually have the stats for that year because I was interested. We had 126 families, which were 528 people, 216 children, 81 seniors, and 8 people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. That was a big year. I think it might be the biggest year. Again, there's the names of the people that were helping. A bunch of helping hands from 1997 to 1999. Myself pictured in my nice little Santa hat. I was so excited to have a bunch of pictures of myself up on a large screen in front of all of you today. A lot of people wrapping presents. My grandmother's up there, Violet Miner. Again, Bonnie Baxter. Jan Willie did our food ordering for years. Chris Gehrig owned a couple local businesses and always donated things. And then Gil Oldenburg and the Boy Scouts, who helped us many years.
That's not Gil Oldenburg.
That's not Gil Oldenburg. Who is
That's,
it?
who is
Well, it's
it?
not Gil Oldenburg, folks.
I can't think of his name. Oh my God. But yes,
It'll come to you when I leave the
that's
slide.
it. I
We'll
can't
look at some
remember.
other people and then you'll think of them.
Can't be, he's brought the Boy Scouts for years and years.
So the Scriba Treasures, we give a gift bag to anyone over 80, and if they live in an assisted living facility locally, we give them a mug of flowers, or actually now they're getting a gift bag, right? Yeah. For years we did the flowers because they couldn't have the stuff in the gift bags, and now we just say, oh, the heck with it, we're just gonna give them the gift bag. So we've got Ginger, Carolyn, and Jean packing gift bags, and then I've pictured here Gloria Conity, who knitted so many things for those seniors over the years. I mean, to the point where we were shopping at yard sales to get her more yarn because she just could not be stopped. She was a knitter extraordinaire. At one point, we were doing our flowers through K&J in Scriba. When I think they closed, I was working at Maida's in Oswego, so I took over making the flower mugs. And very nicely cajoled my grandmother into helping me. More community support. We had a quilt donation. This is a neat story. Someone who had received a box in previous years from us and received Christmas assistance made a quilt.
Oh, wow.
She got back on her feet and made a quilt and donated it for us to give to a family in need. She actually made other donations too. Then I have Connie Ellen, Chris Gehrig, and Carolyn again. Connie Ellen started being like our senior chair, and I don't know what year.
Well, it was
a lot of
because
years ago.
Lila and Charlie were doing it, and then my mother ended up,
Connie's mother was Lila Ellen, and even after Lila stopped being the chair, she
And
was still
Connie
making
kinda
the
took
phone
over
calls
for
for
her mom.
years for us. She'd call like 86 senior citizens in like 3 days. She was amazing. Dave Santoro of Bold Onions giving us some onions, and I feel really bad about this picture of Jan Willie because she looks upset. She's a very happy woman. I don't know why she looks like that. I felt terrible putting it in here, but I wanted to acknowledge Dave Santoro. A family affair. So in 2007, Carolyn retired from the project and signed it over to me, which I don't know why anybody would do that, but I was very excited for the opportunity. I feel like she looks scared in that photo. She's like, what is my cousin going to do with this? You know? So then there's a distribution day group photo from her last year
Wow.
that she helped us like hands-on. And then the senior mugs and bags from my first year in 2007.
Beautiful.
I really like Gerber daisies, in case you can't tell. They're like every mug we ever made. Always a group effort. I have a lot of pictures of our shenanigans that don't really have a classification. I've got Connie telling me how to do my senior deliveries down there on the bottom. And I'm looking at her like, what? And then I have 2 pictures here of Rosemary, who helped us a lot with, actually there's 3. Rosemary helped us with all these toys. She was just such a wonderful lady. I couldn't find any other pictures of her, so that's why those are up here. And then we have Sharon Holbrook, always was very heavily involved over the years. She's moved away. Jean Martin, very key player. She's our toy lady. And that's our treasurer, Kathy Niemeyer. Somewhere in the book it actually says on the calling list, Carl does the books.
yeah, he did, my husband did the book.
Carl does the books, Kathy writes the checks. That's what I said in the phone listing. And mine says like, we don't know, whatever we tell her to do. Boundless community support. So this is really, really weird. I was doing this slideshow and I could not believe I know almost all of those kids' parents
Wow.
because I'm a Hibernian and all their dads are members. I was like, what? So that's the Oswego Minor Hockey Association helping us. They donated some toys for boys because for years we struggled. A lot of people want to donate things for little girls and babies. I don't know what that's about. But we would struggle to get toys for the male children. So they donated specifically stuff for little boys, which was really neat. And Sharon, Kathy, and Dick are posing with them up there. And then we have the 1 year, I think it was only 1 year, right? That was that was a lot of work. So
C&B, they donate every year, but 1 year they decided they were gonna do Christmas trees.
yeah, Brad and
It
Craig
would be
donated
kind of-
Christmas trees,
kind
and
of
I just
tough.
remember that being a little bit of extra work. I don't know.
Oh
I don't know
God.
if we ever asked them to do that
Curtis,
again.
the dog?
Yeah.
Oh my
What's his
God.
name?
Curtis.
Yes, Curtis.
Curtis.
I was like, what? So that's 2012 for both of those
Wow.
photos.
Wow.
The giving keeps us going, which it does. The community support is how we continue to be able to do what we do. Also pictured up there, we've got Brian and Donna Taylor of the Baptist Church donating toys. Longtime supporter Mary Powers of the Powers who started it. You know, it's so funny if it's not somebody related to her and I, it's somebody related to the founding members. Like everybody is still involved, which I think is just fantastic. It makes it a real Scriba effort. Helping Hands and Familiar Faces, I included some people who have returned year after year and just are also related to the founding members. The Moynihan family, why did you do that, television? The Moynihan family, Elizabeth and Thomas
Michael.
and Michael, that's right. They have
Renee-
helped for
Renee's
years,
the mom.
and their mother Renee have helped for years. They're
That's
just,
not them.
I know. I can tell.
Really? But you're so old.
I am. I feel very old today. I thought it was 20 years, like all day, and I wrote it on an index card. And then I called my boyfriend, and I was telling him, and he's like, "You're so bad at math. That's 30 years." And I was like, "Oh no!" I was devastated. I mean, I don't really care. Getting old is a privilege, but I was shocked and appalled. This thing has really taken a minute.
One thing about the Moynihan family, Renee started with us, God, a million years ago, and she always brought her 3 kids. The 3 kids have since grown up and moved away, and this year in particular, we always get Thomas here and his girlfriend. They're still in Oswego. The daughter's in Rochester and the other kid's in Texas. And this year, all 3 of them came and helped us. It was like phenomenal. So we got a picture of them all grown up, you know, and they're still with us. So it does tend to be a family thing if they get, you know, try to keep the young people involved.
Very neat.
I've never seen it before.
No, me either.
I love technology.
It's
That's why she's
great.
doing it.
We gotta change the sleep settings on the TV.
Oh, that must be it.
That must be what it is. I think it's going to sleep on. I'm boring the TV.
She knows more than I do.
Okay, now it just doesn't wanna do it. So the Moynihan family have always helped. And then I also have a picture, if I ever get it back up on the screen, of Devin and Dustin Corey with Jim Oldenburg, and Devin and Dustin are descendants of the Coreys. And their mother Jennifer has become part of the core group in recent years, which I think is just fantastic.
And I can't remember the relationship, whether Devin and Dustin are great-grandchildren?
I believe so.
Are they great-grandchildren?
I believe so,
Of
yeah.
Leona. So, yeah, we're still,
Yes.
Yeah, because it looks like Darlene Austin becoming a Scriba treasurer, she'd be their
yeah,
grandmother.
Darlene would have been a daughter to,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Is she a daughter to?
Yeah, she's Leona and John's daughter. Well, I had to read that scrapbook back to front a few times. I had to study up. Yeah, this thing doesn't want to cooperate with me. I don't know what I've done to it.
Gotta turn it off and turn it back on.
I'm
That's
trying
it.
the basic, the only thing I know how to do, right? I've
You're
never-
not alone, obviously, otherwise we'd all be up there.
Never used this TV before, so.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
just gonna try
So
Try
We're a
again.
very patient group.
Yeah, nobody's thrown anything, thanks guys.
I've got Expo markers at home. At home, just right up the corner.
There you go.
You might have to reboot your computer.
Another interesting thing that I can talk about, while we can't see anything and we're all in the dark. In recent years, we ran out of donated gift bags. So we,
What type of gift bags are you looking for?
it's just, they're gift bags for the Scriba treasures. We just need a big enough one to put all the goodies in. And so we bought a big case of plain white gift bags from a distributor. And I work for Oswego Industries in Arc of Oswego County, and I have for a really, really long time. Again. So I had a group of adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, that's who I work with, decorate all these bags. And I actually have a picture of it I can show you guys if I ever get back on the screen. But they did well over 100. They're very excitable and they love doing things for others. And so we've done that a few years in a row now, right? I wanna say this is our third year.
Third or fourth, yeah, well, it's gotta be at least, yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them are quite artistic and some of them look like I did it.
And some of them are so covered in glitter that I feel bad picking them off at someone's house.
When we get done, the whole room is covered with
We
glitter.
appreciate you, Scriba Treasure. Now your house is a glitter bomb. So that's something neat that's happened. But we do posting for applications every year. We put them in the paper, we put them some other places sometimes. And people have to bring in identification and a piece of mail, and that is it. And generally we give them a choice of a turkey or a ham. Sometimes a chicken, right? I don't know if they still
Not so
offer a
much
chicken.
anymore because the past.
Nobody really asked for it.
Well, the past couple of years, we haven't offered the option because all of the turkeys have been donated by,
Novellas.
thank you. So, huge expense between the churches. We haven't bought a toy in, I couldn't tell you when. We just haven't had to. Sometimes batteries, but toys because the churches, and we have a member of the Methodist, Lycoming Methodist and the Scriba Baptist. And the people from Sacred Heart still donate even though the church has closed down. They bring toys into us, so we've never had to buy a toy.
And for years we've had, not now, but for years we've had food donations from Mary Powers and
Yes.
the Scriba Fire Department.
Scriba Fire Department has been huge.
And honestly, the town itself is just so fantastic. They let us use this room, they move their meetings, their staff are so absolutely friendly and helpful. We couldn't do it without the town, and it's so funny because they're so kind to us, and then they write us a thank you letter. The town board does every year, and I'm like, you guys let us mess up your conference room, and we had bread all over the place, you know.
And you all accept donations from residents, and you have.
Oh, there are
Right.
so many individuals that have donated,
I couldn't
like,
even tell you, yeah.
very heavily over the
We're
years.
very, very lucky because we don't have,
We have a very supportive community. It's
we do, we're
unbelievable.
just very lucky. The businesses in the town, it's wonderful.
We've never had to buy a cardboard box. Davis Brothers
Davis
always has
Brothers
our back.
Cardboard boxes, which you would be surprised.
And it's so funny because
Absolutely.
Stuff is
they
when
put
you
up
want
a sign one year. I go there a lot because I cook at the Hibernians, and they put up a sign one year, and I walked in and it said no solicitation, and I thought, oh no, we're gonna have to buy cardboard boxes. And so I went up to the window and I was talking to, I think it was Bill Kramer, the lead sales guy, and I said, are you guys still gonna give us boxes this year? And he said, oh my gosh, he says anything you guys want you can have. So I was like,
Yeah, they're-
fantastic.
They are.
Let's keep that up. I love
Yeah,
that.
they're just-
Them, KTM Mini Mart is always very supportive, or has been over the years. As she said, CMB always donates, Novellas, countless individuals, and tons of small businesses, really, very helpful. Even people who grew up here but now like maybe own a business in Syracuse, I think we still have one
We have
that donates.
people's Chenefield relatives that have moved out of state, the Shear family.
Shenefield's still donate, yeah.
Her mom was Shear and her brother lives in Tennessee and still donates, so, yeah, it's. And
Amy,
of course, Alan still helps us,
Amy,
Alan.
yeah.
do you wanna try
helps us.
settings?
What do you mean on here?
Yeah.
Sure. If you wanna mess with that, I'm trying to get my slideshow back up. You're more than welcome to. No, that's okay.
Okay, I will,
I'll mess with
I
it.
will try. No, I will try.
really sleep timer.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sleep timer is how.
Energy saving oil. Okay, thank you. And we have no shortage of things to talk about, even though there's no slideshow, it's okay.
Get the young folks up there, they know how to do it.
So that's how people sign up.
We've got a computer guy here.
And he's like, leave me alone, I'm not doing it. Yes, get the children, please.
That's why we signed them up. To do all the heavy work and the technological stuff.
All right, gentlemen, you're fired, right now you're fired. Okay. Here we go, where do we go?
We got otters.
That's my background.
Yeah.
That's me and my friend Jerry.
Apprentices. Come along, come along. All right, we're going here.
New TV. Connected devices. Connection guide. Yeah, connection guide.
Coming up. We have 3 spotted hyenas. They're also called laughing hyenas. But it's no laughing matter when one of the hyenas has a visit to wildlife dogs.
through Windows 10.
Oh, you are, oh, yeah, oh.
Discover this hyena's prognosis when
Yeah.
Audio?
wildlife dogs
I think
continues.
it would be smartphone. I know it's not.
You're not using
a smartphone.
MD ARC?
No.
You're not using
I'm not on a
HDMI?
cable. No.
Every small business owner has a
But this is
lost
connected.
list.
Okay.
And as your business
All
grows,
right, give me direction.
it grows.
Can I go?
It should just pop up and ask you if you wanna connect.
Okay, I think you should hit OK, remember for that. Is there a button to hit? Like the middle button?
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yeah, now you just click on that one, just click the middle button. Maximize, yep.
Yeah, next one. Right there.
And we wanna cast, anything?
No, you're
There
good.
we go.
That's fine.
Yay, thank you, Laura, you always come to the rescue.
It takes a community.
That was a community effort, just like the Scriba Christmas project.
Mhm.
Lovely. It's funny because I was
Uh-oh.
almost done. I
Uh-oh.
love it. It's okay, it's just me.
Oh.
I clicked too fast. That was an operator error. Alright, so as I said, we talked about the Moynihan family. Devin and Dustin Corey are there with Jim Oldenburg helping. That was last year. They're bringing stuff out to people's cars. And then pictured is Leona and John's daughter, Darlene Austin, and she's become a Scriba treasure, so she's got a certificate there congratulating her on being 80. And that's it. I put silly photos at the end because I like them and they're not appropriate for the actual content of the slideshow.
We have a lot of fun.
We do, we really have a lot of fun. It is several weeks of a lot of work, but it's very worth it and we all have a good time. And obviously, we're always looking for people who wanna help out. Year after year, we'll get people who come back, you know, they might leave and they come back again. And the day of, we always have random people just come out
Show up, yeah.
of the woodwork and they're like, what can I carry, what can I do? It's always great, it's a real, true community effort. I think that's all I have. Do you want me to say anything else, ma'am?
You can ask if it's big.
Anybody have any questions?
I'm hoping, oh, dear God. That's what I was gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
You could turn the lights
Okay,
back
I'll do
on.
that.
That's a good idea, oh dears.
I happen to know where these switches
If
are because of
anybody
the
can think
Christmas
of
present.
Yeah.
anything that we could have left out, it's just that so many people, somebody asked me the other day how many people were involved with this project. I said, oh my God, at any given year,
She needs the mic.
I have,
Yeah, people can't hear you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Use
Usually
the
it's
microphone.
really, really loud. Somebody asked me the
You
other day.
gotta get closer.
Yes.
Closer.
Got it.
Just have to hold it close.
You have to have it
Like
like
that?
that.
Can you hear it? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Now,
There you go.
yes.
Yes.
Somebody asked me the other day how many people, they wanted to know the number of people that volunteer. And I said, there's no way, absolutely no way to tell you that, because every individual organization that donates has their group of people who sometimes come and help us do all the different stuff. I had three brand new people last year help me pack the food boxes. Shut up, Mike. So, and then Jean has the toys, Jean's our toy lady, and she organizes that, and people show up and sort all the toys, and she stands in the corner and yells, a toy for age 11, or a toy for a girl age 2, and he runs around and grabs a toy, and they fight over who gets to put their toy in the box. So there's no way to tell you how many people are involved, because it's the whole town, I mean, literally the whole town, the businesses, the churches, the fire department, the people that work here. Amy pretty much covered it all.
Everybody.
Yeah, I can't think of.
How long does it take to distribute everything?
Yes, the Boy Scouts came for several years, the Girl Scouts came for several years,
I have
but
a question.
we don't.
She asked how long it takes to distribute all the food. 2 hours. 2 hours.
If that, yeah, we've got it written down to us.
We give everybody a date and a time frame, and that's it. Question in the back.
Wait, you just said, I was going to say like, it takes 2 hours, but what about like putting all the food together?
Well, it depends on who's doing it.
What about you?
If I'm doing it, about 2 hours to put all the food in the boxes. Yeah.
What about
It also depends on how many boxes.
People who haven't done it before, maybe 4 hours.
there we go.
Or 2 weeks.
She said the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts have helped, they helped us for years, but
Yeah, but I don't think there's any Boy Scout or Girl Scout groups.
yeah, I don't believe there is.
Everybody that came here aged out,
No.
and so we don't have them anymore. But we still have a huge amount of people that love to do the toys.
If you want a youth organization to do anything, all those kids are adults now, so they're coaching the teams. So now
Isn't
it's
that
like, can
right?
you send these kids back, please?
Another group effort, right? So.
Yeah, the Oswego minor hockey kids are like all in college and out of college, so the ones in that picture.
But Amy said all they needed was ID to sign up. They have to bring an ID, picture ID.
And a current bill with your address that
current
you
bill
live in
with their
Scriba.
address. They have to bring social security cards
Yeah, for anybody in the
for
house that
anybody
they're
in the
signing up, I
family,
did leave
or
that out.
some of them have whatever they hand out for, like through social services. They have some kind of cards or whatever.
Identifying each family member, basically, something like,
Because
they can also bring a birth certificate
We had
if
a
they
few
want.
years where we had several people that, they used to do it by phone, and people got sort of carried away, and we had, I don't know how many deliveries that didn't exist. We had people.
We've
sign up
had
with
people-
15 kids, you know.
We've had people ask for a box for us and from us and the Salvation Army. We used to have a person, we checked their list against ours because we had double dippers.
That's another, the Salvation Army for years, we worked hand in hand, you know, comparing lists.
We don't keep copies of any of those documents I mentioned either. We just have to look at them to sign you off.
Exactly, because we had several people that they'd sign up everywhere they could think of. Now we contact the schools that have Scriba kids, which would be New Haven, and I think there's is there 3 in Oswego?
I'm not sure.
I don't know the schools in Oswego, but we contact them and they're phenomenal about getting word out to the families that they know are in Scriba that will need help, so. It's become quite a, and
If
it's,
you couldn't hear her, we contact schools within, that would have children that live in Scriba. And the schools are great about letting those families know if they think they might need assistance with the holiday.
Like Oswego?
There are children, yeah, in the Oswego School District.
Oswego, we've got Minetto, New Haven,
Scriba's a big town.
and it's daunting every year. But then all of a sudden,
Everybody just knows
handing
their
them out.
job. It's really not that bad.
No.
It's so funny because at the beginning you feel like, not this again. And then everybody just does what they're supposed to do and it comes together.
And the people, when
Yeah.
they turn 80, people let you go.
no.
Usually
That's
we
one of
just,
our-
we find that out on our own. Like
That's the hardest part. If you find out that anybody's
Word of
turning
mouth.
80,
anybody who turns
Call
80,
us.
it's either word of mouth or like we'll say, what about so-and-so? They must be getting near 80. I mean, we're lucky it's a small
I drive
town.
down
We
the
never
road
know
and
who was
I
80.
see a house of somebody, I think, oh, I know that person, and I go home and Google them to see if they're, to how old they are. The lucky thing was Chris Benzing, who did a program for us, she put it on Facebook, my husband just turned 80. Well, okay, he goes down on the list. It's just,
And we do have some people on that list who will say, I don't want your gift bag, I don't need it, thank you, save it for somebody else. But then we had, what's her name? The one with the great thank you note.
Oh, what was Mrs. Arden's first name? He was Dorothy Arden.
We
Oh
gave
my
out a
gosh, she
bag
was
and it
cute.
had, I don't know, a chapstick and a notepad and a word search book and maybe some feet
Bags
warmers and
cookies.
didn't she put on there, I'm sitting here drinking a cup of my tea, eating my cookies, using my chapstick, writing with my new pen on my new notepad to thank you for all the goodies. She named every single thing in the bag in the thank you.
Oh,
note.
that's great.
So even if they don't need the stuff, people find it fun, like that's, I feel like that's what it's all about.
It's like
I
a
mean,
Christmas stocking. You know?
Yeah,
It might
it's
be
a
something,
stocking in a bag. Lori's got a question.
Well, so a couple things. So also, you work with the Scriba seniors,
Oh, definitely.
and they tend to know who is turning 80 because it's a big deal. So then they work with Kathy. And then the other thing I wanted to ask is, so these credentials that you say, use that word loosely, for people who need these things or who are in need, how do they know this list of what they need to bring? You publicize that, don't you? Okay.
Yeah, it's advertised in the paper, and other years we put it other places that we think it's going to get seen by people who are going to utilize the service.
Well, excuse me, and now your aunt is on Facebook, and so she can blurb this out.
Actually, we had a little trouble with social media. It got put on there one year, and we had people coming out of, Sandy Creek trying to apply, and it was a little overwhelming
It
for
was
what a
someone
small
who-
group we are.
It was someone who was trying to do it.
They were trying to do us a favor and
But she
share the
didn't belong to
information.
the
Oh.
project, and she
Oh,
just said, go
yep.
sign up
So,
and subscribe.
just to throw this out there, should you choose to do that again, to take that experiment again, if you don't want that.
It was actually an
They-
experiment against our will. She just randomly put it out, and we were like, oh no, what's happening?
So you can make the parameters so that it can't be shared, right? So that there can't be
Yes.
comments, all that
Yeah.
sort of thing. And if you wanted that to go out there like
Jennifer
that.
Corey did it last year, and it was.
And now you
Yeah.
can,
She's part of the group.
yep, and
what's
she
going
knows
on.
Now we can
exactly
do it.
how to,
Now we can do it correctly, but yeah, the one year, it
Oh
was
my
like,
God, it was.
Oh,
We were
wow.
getting calls from.
oh my God. Everywhere.
yeah, and she's got like our phone numbers on there, and I think she showed up at your work. Oh, that was an interesting situation.
Oh, we get it's fun.
Thank you.
Anything else?
But we need, we were talking about the senior citizens, they've always supported us, and last year, 2 years ago.
Do you want this back?
Uh-huh.
I'll
Yeah,
talk
well, you
really
can-
loud. A couple of
That
years ago,
too.
during COVID, we had to kind of shut down, and then when we tried to build it back up, we just, so we were gonna close it right down. And the senior citizens came to us and said, no, you can't do that. We'll donate more money, we'll donate more money,
Nice.
or whatever.
Nice.
And Pat Whaley, if anybody knows Pat Whaley, who is, how old's Pat? She's gotta be late 80s.
No, she's in her 70s, late
Yes.
70s.
Anyways, she does better than me. She delivers like 35 senior treasure bags, and she sits and talks to every single person that she delivers to.
Oh, that's the other thing.
And I don't know how she does it.
With the senior gift bags, they're prepared in the matter of a few hours, and we also include fresh fruit from C's, and
Yes.
he's always great and gives us a pretty good deal as well.
Yes,
He's
he's
another wonderful business owner I didn't mention. But they're assembled in the matter of a few hours, and I don't know what happened last year, because I didn't help, I don't think I got out of it.
It worked really
But
well. We had
Every single year for the last however many years I've helped, except for last year, there was like a blizzard. But everybody still does their deliveries, we're good, we're Scribans, we're okay. So people take a list and they go out and drive around, usually with a partner because it's easier, and we'll visit each person unless they aren't home, and then they tell us where to leave it, cause you call all those
we
people.
call everybody because
After Lila Ellen passed, my grandmother Violet took it over, and then when she passed, my Aunt Kathy took it over. So someday I'm gonna be calling 85 senior citizens.
actually no, because we take whoever's going to do deliveries, their deliveries they have to do. They're responsible for their people, you know. So
Oh, they've split it up
so
then.
we split it up so
So
that
you don't have to
because
call 85
that's a
people anymore?
lot of people. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh,
we
my grandmother
typically
did it,
have-
and she was like, how's this, how's that, like, she'd be on the phone for 3 days,
She
she
knew
loved doing it,
everybody.
she'd always grump about it, and then she'd be like, oh, I talked to so-and-so and her grandson.
And she
is
tells
so
the story.
baby," and-
She tells the story how she called one woman and she said, "Is your husband home?" Whatever, I can't remember the name of the people, but the woman said, "Yes, who's this?" And mom told her, and of course she knew her. And she said, "I need to talk to your husband because he's going to be. I want to tell him he's a Scriba treasure." And his wife yells, out, hey, they're telling me you're a treasure, she can do this on the phone. So it's just, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, you know. Last year, like Amy said, we had a terrible storm, and my driver couldn't do it, so her son came and drove me around, and before I left that day, Mrs. Grasso down here called me and said, oh, please don't come, dear, you're gonna get stuck in my yard, and this and that. And the meanwhile, Torbett had, or whoever owns Torbett's now, had plowed her out, but, everybody, these folks, everybody had everything plowed and ready for me,
Nice.
so.
Yeah,
It's fun, but we do need senior treasure deliverers. All of us are getting old. I mean, all of our
Senior.
drivers, except for Jackie, is
Delivery drivers in
decrepit.
with them.
I mean, you know, still wanna do it, but we don't lose as many treasures as we gain every year. This year I've already got a page this long at
That
least.
means people are living longer,
New
yay.
additions. We're tough stock in Scriba, we live forever.
It's a big
What was that?
percentage of the
My father
demographic in
appreciates it.
Scriba right
Oh,
now.
who's
Big.
your dad?
Martin Stan Campiano.
Oh my gosh, everybody loves
Everybody
Marty.
loves your dad.
Everybody
Mr.
loves
Stan
him.
Campiano, there's a fight over who gets to go to his house, I'm not even kidding you.
I'm trying to think, it used to be, I think Jan and Willie used to go there.
Jan and Sharon, cause I
Jan
think
and
he gave
Sharon.
him a bottle of wine.
And now everybody fights over, who wants to go to see Mr. Stan Campiano? Because we tend to keep our same people every year, because it's good to see them again, and they kind of become like, you worry about them, and, you know, you hope they're still alive and well, and.
He's over 100.
Is he really? How old is your dad?
101.
Wow.
Holy moly, that's remarkable.
Write that down, we can remember that.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Oh, that's so cool.
Did you?
So, well, I was just thinking, one of the first pictures was 1966.
Yeah.
So was it before the storm hit?
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't it in like, it was,
No, it would have been after.
Would have been
After.
after, and it was the
Because the
winter
storm was in
before, the
February,
with
wasn't it?
Christmas,
Yeah.
or the holiday.
yeah, cause we do it, I mean, I don't know when they were doing it, probably around Christmas time,
Yeah.
I would assume, so, yeah, it would've been in the beginning of the year, right?
The storm
Yeah.
was in the beginning of the year, okay.
And we don't
Well,
have,
thank goodness they would've had to tunnel through to get the groceries in.
really, they don't have a lot of information in those early years,
Yep.
you know, that we can,
Yep.
other than what we've learned by talking. Dick Schilling, who's over on Beach Drive, I think, he worked with Emma and Leona, but
He's been with the project, I think.
for a long, long time, but he finally
Longer than anybody
retired and
else.
wanted to travel, so I would have liked to have gotten a hold of him, but, you know.
Well, she's recording it, so he can make fun of me later.
Oh, I forgot it was being recorded, I should behave. That's not gonna happen.
Anything else?
I think it's wonderful that you did this, Amy. You and
Yes.
Kathy have done wonderful here to fill people in, you
Mhm.
know.
Oh,
She
thank you.
did it all.
They
I
don't,
just-
they don't realize what all went into this
We
until
have a
you.
lot of newspaper articles in here, if anybody's interested in
There's
that
a lot of
stuff.
good
I didn't wanna
pictures.
put it up here because the quality is not great,
Right. And the
but there's been a lot of
The
publicity.
pictures especially, well, there's a lot of great pictures in there. That's one thing that Carolyn was really good about, getting pictures. This new group, we not so much think about, Jennifer Corey has been great about trying to take pictures, because our scrapbook started to look kind of sad. And the church, Brian's at the Baptist church, they took pictures. We don't have pictures from your church, but we had, you know, so we could include them, you know, because it's nice to keep that for posterity. And these are just some of the thank you cards that we got from people, some more pictures, and some of the donations we made.
Because of her propensity to approach humans, has decided she cannot be returned to her natural habitat. So she'll live the rest of her life in managed care. After 7 months of searching, Busch Gardens and the FWC decide on a central
in
focus.
the
You
end.
did a great job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show everybody the bags really quick, cause now, you know, it's not fighting anymore.
Because it's America 250.
There they are.
Oh, there's the bags.
There's the
Oh,
bags.
they're beautiful.
Yeah, they had a really good time doing those. That was, it's a lot of fun every year. They love
So
it.
Amy said that she's looking for activities for some of these
And you get
different
some
groups.
weird ones, like who, I don't know how many people over 80 love Minions, but hey, it's
Oh, we
artwork.
put little stickers on them saying that, you know, they were the people at Scriba Industries.
Yeah, we put a little
Nice.
description of what my
Mr.
organization
Babysitter.
does, so that people know where the bag came from and that somebody with a disability decorated it for them.
So they're helping us.
They
we're
like
helping
even
them.
more. Most of them get so excited about that.
But she's right about the glitter. Oh, they love glitter.
I'm sorry.
I do too, but boy, oh boy, it lasts for
All right, I'm gonna turn this off now. Thank you very much.
Maybe we all could host.
I was